is Diana. I'm from Egypt and I attended the Harvard pre-college program with Leah last summer. I met Leah in my proctor group. Basically, every 3 floors in the dorm building had a proctor office where you would go and you sign up and you check that you're on your curfew and all that. And so I met Leah the first day because we had a proctor meeting, and I met her several times throughout the program. She's a very happy and spontaneous little girl. She's always smiling, dancing around, she's always joyful, and she indulges in everything. Every time I saw her, she was always so happy, and it's always nice to find a comforting person that would smile at you every time you look at them.
Hi, my name is Faith Tutu, and I attended the Harvard pre-college program. The most fun I had, the best experience I had in the program was actually attending Cirque du Soleil. That's when I met Leia. I met her on the bus. She invited me over to sit by her, and we talked about our futures in college and what we're going to do next after the Harvard program and why we took this Harvard program. And I could really tell she was extremely intelligent, determined, and extremely perseverant, because she had this plan and she was like, I'm going to apply here, I'm going to go here, this is what I want to major in. And she was extremely inspiring to me.
Hi, my name is Adeline Carney, and I became friends with Leah at a pre-college program at Harvard this past summer. So I first met her on a bus ride back from a Cirque du Soleil show, and we sat next to each other, and it was really cool because we kind of compared the different cultures in America and the Philippines, and it was just really interesting to see the similarities and differences. And then after that, I sat with her at breakfast and lunch every day, and it was really fun because she has a great sense of humor, and I could always count on her to start off my day right.
Hi, my name's Amrita, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. So when I first came to Harvard for the summer program, I remember feeling very scared and very nervous. But after the 2 weeks I spent at the Harvard program, I realized that the experience I got was incomparable to anything that I'd ever experienced. The people I met were phenomenal. I was able to see people from many different countries, and I was also very challenged in the classes that I took. Actually, the first day that I came to campus, I got lost in my dormitory, and I remember for the first time talking to someone since I'd arrived at Harvard, and that first person was Leah. We actually met on the elevator on the way to the orientation, as we were both living in the same dorm. My parents weren't able to make it to the orientation, so I spent the entire day with Leah and her wonderful parents. And what I loved about Leah was her smile, and she was so welcoming, and she didn't hesitate to talk to me, and our friendship just kept growing. And even after the day of orientation, the entire 2 weeks I spent at Harvard, I remember we would eat lunch together, and we even had a little ice cream incident at Annenberg during the 2 weeks, and we've had just so many amazing times together. I remember spending our time together at the Widener Library, where we would both study for our lessons and do our homework and projects.
The best seminar I attended was the first day, actually. It was about how rejection is actually a good thing and not a bad thing, and how it opens a lot of doors for you as a person. Like when you get rejected, it's not always a door was shut. And the best activity was the last day when we all met in the doctor office, and we had a goodbye farewell party because we were all leaving, and we brought food, and it was very nice. We all kept talking about the whole experience, and it was very fun. My best experience was reciting one of my very own poems in the talent show. It was the first time I said one of my poems in front of a huge audience, and it was so good. It made me feel like I wasn't afraid anymore to express my emotions in like in a different way and to express myself in front of a lot of people. And it was pretty good. Like people should definitely try to do stuff like that more often.
The most fun I had, the best experience I had in the program was actually attending Cirque du Soleil. That's when I met Leia. I met her on the bus.
My favorite seminar I attended was one called Jobs, Technology, and the Future of Work. The presenter brought up ideas that I had never really thought about before, like the possibility of robots in the workforce in the future. So it just raised a lot of different possibilities and questions for the future, which was really interesting. My favorite activity was probably the Cirque du Soleil show because the acrobats were amazing and I had never really seen anything like that before.
Personally, my favorite activity was the Harvard tour and the MIT tour. I remember I walked for 10 miles in one day on that tour, but even though it was very exhausting, I learned so much about Harvard's history, the exciting things that make it so unique, and we also were able to take a train to MIT and see the campus there.
In my opinion, the classes were actually very chill. They were not stressful or nerve-wracking. The professor was very kind and very honest and very calming to us. Like she wasn't stressful at all. We got along pretty good with the professor, and the curriculum was pretty easy. It wasn't hard at all.
I took the class of social justice, inequality, and discrimination with Professor Pollock. It was a philosophy class, and I wanted to take philosophy since I'm going to be in the STEM field, engineering field. I wanted to take something that I hadn't looked into yet, and I really think philosophy would be something that I could use in my engineering and my mathematics field that I'm going to major in college.
So I took a expository writing course, and it was really interesting seeing the differences between college and high school writing. I had to unlearn a lot of stuff I learned in high school, but the professor was really understanding, so she made the class a lot of fun. The students there were also amazing. It was a great feeling to be surrounded by students who all shared the same desire to excel in school.
The class I took was How to Cure Cancer, and that class was truly inspiring. I aspire to be a doctor, and that class truly showed me how wide and broad the medical field is. And if I had to describe my class in 5 words, challenging, advantageous, something that I'm passionate about, inspiring, and definitely something that is truly balanced, because not only did we have a lot of very high level lectures and discussions, but we also spent a lot of time learning and being able to talk to one another and share our own personal opinions and what we thought was the best way to cure cancer. And what better way to basically cure cancer other than discuss with people from around the world, which is what that class allowed me to do.
And it was absolutely one of the most amazing experiences I've had. And at first I was pretty terrified and scared that like I wouldn't make friends and I wouldn't know how to get along in my classes, but then everything turned out to be the exact opposite.
It's an extremely wonderful opportunity, and I am so thankful that I was able to be accepted into this program. I had a lot of fun, and it was one of the best experiences I've had in my high school career, and I definitely think it's something that I can take into college. It really prepared me, especially with the rigor of it, extremely hard, but it really pushed me to get a head start into my senior year.
And people came from all over the world, so it was cool to see everyone with different backgrounds coming together. It was overall a really great experience.
Leah is someone who I am still in touch with, even after nearly a year after our Harvard experience. And I am so grateful that I was able to spend 2 weeks with these wonderful professors, with wonderful new friends from all around the world. And I just want to say thank you for that, and thank you, Leah, for giving me such a memorable time.